What is going on? I am Midas, and welcome to Money Mondays with Midas. Let me take a little sip right here. All right, so I got a couple things that I want to discuss with y'all. First things first, I want to talk about who I am, what I do, how I make my money. All right, so I am Michael King Midas Merritt. I'm the owner of Nerdy Nerds, and basically, Nerdy Nerds is an IT contract fulfillment company where we fulfill various contracts. So we do a lot of installations for Portillo's, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, just to name a few. So how I started, I've always been into computers, technology rather. I started off as a tinker, breaking this, breaking that, fixing this, fixing that. So my company started as a computer and game console repair. Did that for a little bit and then moved into doing cell phones. Did that, that really took off, and I did that all the way up until Apple came with the whole. You have to go to them in order to get their phone fixed. So, I was part of that whole freedom of repair movement, or freedom to repair movement. But after that, I saw the shift in, how the industry was going, and the lack of being able to make money. So I changed gears, shift gears, and started doing security cameras. So I did that. I still do that to this day. My very first one was at a bar. That I installed about 12 cameras there, and that kind of really jump started my security camera career, to where I started installing things for Walmart, installing cameras for Dollar General. I also do their speaker systems and things of that nature. To now where I do drive-through systems. So pretty much any Dunkin' Donut, pretty much almost every Dunkin' Donut, every Starbucks, every Portillo's that now has all of the newer, updated, digital signage, digital drive-through systems, indoor and out. That's your boy right here. So I own all that. I got various other, things that I do in the background with other companies and things of that nature, but that's my, journey as to where I'm at now, and that's how I make my bread. All right, so what I do got for you guys is I want to talk about a couple articles, just two. One is talking about the FHFA and what they're doing with the mortgage fee. Which is pretty fantastic, for a lot of homeowners or people that might be trying to get a home. So that's really going to be a plus for us. Also, I'm going to talk about the Fed rates and how those Fed rates are going to be affecting, credit cards, auto loans, bank rates, stock market. I'm going to be talking about all that. So let me get into the very first article. So the very first article, we're going to talk about the FHA. All right. So I also have the links to these articles in the description. So if you're interested in taking a look at these articles yourself, so that you can delve deep into these articles yourself, it will be beneficial for you to do that, simply because it's pertaining to your money. All right. All right. Okay, so this article is called FHA Ends Debt to Income Ratio Mortgage Fee. We finna get into that. So, I may not read the whole entire thing, but we'll try to get some meat and potatoes out of it. All right, so it says, to the relief of many, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, that's what FHA stands for, has canceled its plan to change a mortgage fee for people with certain debt to income ratios. That sounds like a win. So let's keep reading. It says the fee would have been levied on certain borrowers with debt to income DTI ratios above 40%. So let me explain what your DTI is. So your DTI is the portion of your pre-tax monthly income spent on paying reoccurring debts including mortgages, rent, and credit card balances. That's your debt. That's your DTI. Okay. This new fee was supposed to go into effect on May 1st with other changes based on credit score and loan size. But it's been delayed until August 1st due to industry pushback and now scrapped as of Wednesday. So they completely scrapped it. Okay. It was clear from the outset that this upfront fee would hurt future mortgage borrowers. So whoever the pushback was, whoever did the pushback, whoever gave the pushback was looking out for us. All right. It was clear that the outset that this upfront fee would hurt future mortgage borrowers, said Warren Davidson, Ohio congressman and chairman of the subcommittee on housing and insurance. Let's keep reading. How would this fee hurt the borrowers? Borrowers with a DTI ratio above 40% will have had to pay an additional 0.375% fee on their home loan that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac would acquire. On a $300,000 loan, that would have translated into a $1,125 upfront fee. So just upfront for even wanting to get the mortgage, you got to pay over a band upfront. Or if a borrower couldn't pay that and chose a higher interest rate instead, it would cost another $24.75 a month. Over 30 years, that would mean that you will be paying an additional $8,910. See, this is why it's very important. This is why it's very important that your money is straight so that when opportunities come, you're able to participate in different opportunities, but that your credit is straight, because you don't want to be locked in to having to take the higher interest route simply because you couldn't pay $1,125. I mean, they completely scrapped it, but think about that. You couldn't afford $1,125. So on the back end, you got to pay $8,000, almost $9,000 extra because you didn't have the money. You already don't have the money, and they're going to charge you more. You know, it's kind of crazy. So I want you to really think about that. We got to get our money straight. We got to get our credit straight. All right. On its own, a DTI ratio also isn't a strong indicator of a borrower's ability to repay loans, said Robert Brooksmith, president and chief executive of the Mortgage Bankers Association and Industry Group. And I'm starting to notice a change in the industry as well with the way that these banks and everything are starting to handle things, especially within the fintech space. The fintech space, to me, seems to really have a grasp and understanding that your debt to income ratio and credit score and all that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have the ability to repay. So I do appreciate the fintech companies because they operate in a different manner. You know, those loans do tend to be a little bit heftier, and the repayment, you know, schedule is a little more strenuous, but as a lot of it isn't going against your credit. They're really banking on your bank account history. You know, how much money do you actually have coming in versus how much money do you have leaving the account? That's what they're looking at. So that's a win right there. So I'm going to stop right there. There's a lot more to read here. So you guys can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, delve deeper into that. It really starts to go into how, you know, the DTI fee, you know, may hurt lenders and things of that nature. You can go ahead and read into that, but I just wanted to skim that part as to how that's a big win for us. All right. So the next article I want to get into, and I'm going to actually get a little bit more involved with this one because it talks about a bunch of different things. And again, like I said, this one This one is coming from the Fed, talking about the hike rates going up, the hike rate or the rate hikes going up. Well, they actually are putting a sharp pause on what exactly is going on and what is happening. Okay. So it says the Federal Reserve raised interest rates for the 10th consecutive month on Wednesday, as expected, but suggested it may pause its aggressive fight against inflation. Even so, any halt may not feel like much relief to consumers who've suffered through the last 9. Now, I don't know about anybody else. Everybody else should be feeling the hike. Everybody should be feeling the hike, especially at the gas pump. Okay? Food, milk, everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should be feeling it. The fact that just a couple years ago, not even a couple, maybe a few years ago, rents were around, $900 to $1,200. Rent now, you're probably looking at about $1,800 to plus, for the same type of space, for the same space. We didn't add rooms, we didn't add bathrooms, we didn't add anything. It's the same space, but the rents almost double. So with a 0.25% point increase, the short-term benchmark Fed funds target range is 5% to 5.25% on the highest level. That's the highest level since 2006. And up from a near zero. So we were at a 0% in 2021. Of course, we know what was going on. But we were at a 0%. Okay. That's also the fastest pace of tightening since the early 1980s. So since the 1980s, we have drastically increased our point increase since the 80s. The fastest point increase since the 80s. The increase boosts the Fed's funds rate above the consumer inflation rate. So now... So not only are we fighting against the Fed rate, but we also fighting against the consumer inflation rate. So we getting double whammy. All right. Where some economists say it is necessary to slow the economy enough to curb inflation. So they're thinking that making it higher is going to slow inflation down. Annual March inflation stood at 5%. So we're 0.25% away. Well, that was in March. We might be at the 5.25% now. All right, any pause should be music to consumers' ears, but for many, those ears have turned away. Nearly 7 in 10 Americans said they've already been squeezed by the rate hikes, which is what I said, according to an online survey of 230 respondents conducted by WalletHub. This was in April, from April 17th to the 21st. So we have the economic research advisor at the New York Fed. This is Wilbert Van Der. He says stubbornly high prices and climbing interest rates may be testing some borrowers' ability to repay their debt. That's going to be a big problem. That is a big problem. It is a big problem when you're starting to see that a lot of these occupations are starting to fire people, lay people off, furlough people. It doesn't stop the light bill. It doesn't stop the gas bill. It doesn't stop your stomach from growling. It doesn't stop any of that. The world still has to move. The world still moves. But, there's a lot of people getting laid off and fired. So, that's just common sense as to why, borrowers are getting tested with their ability to repay because they ain't getting no money. Then the money that we did get, it dried up because that money was used, to try to stay afloat while we were stuck in the house. So, all right. So we gonna breeze past that and let's jump into the credit card. So, I might not read this whole thing. We're already about 20 minutes in. I only wanted this to be, what I'm saying, a short type of, YouTube video, or I want these to be short. I don't want to make them real lengthy. I also got to get into actually showing you guys, what platforms I'm using and things of that nature. So I'm not going to get any deeper into this. I'll read one more and then we'll jump over to, the investment side. So let's jump to, since we finna be doing stocks, let's talk about how this is affecting stocks. Okay, so how do the higher interest rates affect the stock market? Again, I have the link to this article in the description if you want to, go back and actually read this full article. I highly recommend you do. All right, so it says the dual fear of high inflation and recession, or stagflation. So they call inflation and recession stagflation. Okay, keep note of that word, you know what I'm saying? Because when you start seeing, officials start using this term, you know what that means, okay? Has kept stocks under wraps. Until lately, stocks posted a monthly gain in April and signs of inflation cooling and hopes the Fed may pause rate hikes after Wednesday and any recession would be short. Stocks posted a monthly gain in April. So that means that the dollar seems to be doing okay. Let's keep going. Higher rates make borrowing and business investments more expensive. Yes, money is more expensive to borrow now. It was actually free to borrow money, when we had that situation going on. So I hope he was able to take advantage of that. But rate hikes make borrowing and business investments more expensive. And they cool consumer spending, which cuts into corporate profits. Some investors are optimistic because recent corporate earnings have not been as bad as predicted. Okay. So we are starting to see some light on the dollar. We're starting to see some gains on the dollar. Companies' profits could expand again once the Fed stops raising rates. Morgan Stanley, U.S. Chief Equity Strategist Mike Wilson, though respectfully disagrees with that assertion, he says recent data shows the economy has cooled. And I mean, if you've been paying attention, if you haven't really been living under a rock, but if you actually have been paying attention to what's going on in the economy around you, paying attention to the way things are moving, you can see a cool down. You can physically see a cool down. And corporate earnings expectations for the rest of the year remain materially too high, even though there are pockets of resilience. All right, besides recent bank failures, and we'll probably talk about that in another show, but I would think that because of the halt, basically the aggressive stop, pause on the Fed's raising rates, is because we have a too high of a number. We have a numerous amount of banks failing. They're closing. Silicon Bank in Silicon Valley, that bank closed. We're having way too many banks shut down because the rates are too high. They can't keep up. You got a lot of banks that's going crazy now, where they giving you a 4 point whatever plus percentage on a CD, which I ain't never seen one like that before. So that's kind of crazy, trying to get people in to lock their money in so they can keep their banks afloat, but the money's locked, and then some of those, and you got to read that stuff too, because a lot of these banks, they want you to put in like a minimum of 10 grand, 20 grand, stuff like that, and that's 10, 20 grand just locked, but if you got it to play around with, what I'm saying, if 20,000, if you can't miss it, if you're not gonna miss it, go for it. Go Go get the 4%, whatever the 4% plus, whatever they offering. But it ain't much. It ain't much to have it locked that long for 4%. That ain't much. It is higher than what I've normally seen, though. I will give it that. But yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna put in at least 100 grand, I say at least put in at least 100 grand. If you're gonna have it locked that long, and if you got it just to play around with, go for the 100. It's more worth it. You know, remember, it's always cheaper to buy in bulk, so that means it's cheaper to put in more money, or you're gonna get bigger gains putting in more money. All right, after Fed chair, wait a minute. Besides recent bank failures continue to cause jitters and hamper the stock market, there is a risk that crisis will continue to grind on slowly. As banks are forced to pay higher, what I just say, as banks are forced to pay higher rates to retain deposits. What I just say, for you to get locked into a CD, the rates are way higher than I've ever seen. Even as credit issues begin emerging from the woodwork, said Kathleen Shanley, senior analyst at bond research firm Gimme Credit. After Fed Chairman Jerome Powell assured the public, saying the banking system was sound in his press conference Wednesday, this is Wednesday, or last Wednesday, whatever, PacWest Bancorp said it was exploring strategic options, including a possible sale of the company. We might got to look at that. We got to take a look at that and find out exactly like what's the notion behind them wanting to sell the company. You got to think about that. Although PacWest said it had not experienced out of the ordinary deposit flows after the First Republic collapse, the announcement sent its share. You see what I'm saying? Why? For what? Why? Did you purposely want to plunge the stock? Did you purposely want to do that? You know, some people do that. You know, plunging in shivers through regional banks. On Thursday, all three major stock indices were lower, with the Dow turning negative for the year. All right, so I'm gonna stop there. Again, there's a lot more here. It's talking about how it affects the bank saving rates. I already spoke a tiny bit about it. And actually, the article is even starting to talk about CDs, the CD yields and everything. So I highly recommend that you read that. All right, so let's go ahead. We finna jump on over. And like I said, I'm trying to make these short. We're already about 30 minutes in, so I want these to be short, simple, to the point. We're going to be, investing together. And the whole purpose of this is because I want people, I would like all of us to start, being able to invest in certain companies and, well, just invest in general. But I also want you to understand that it doesn't take an extraordinary amount of money to get your portfolio going, So I actually want to physically, real time, show you the proof that it doesn't take a lot of money to go ahead and get going, get the ball rolling, get comfortable with, putting in a couple dollars here and there and just slowly start to compound it. Every time you get paid, put $5 to the side. That's going to be for your investment account, So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, so what I got right here, I have this app is called Stockpile, okay? Stockpile, you can download this from the App Store, the Google Play Store, or the Apple App Store. You can download this, okay? There is a subscription fee. It used to be free. But now it's $3.99 a month. That's still not bad, all right? And the bomb thing about it is if you don't have enough money, like right here. So my buying power only got $4.80. My account is only $560. Okay. So I cleared a lot of this out because I wanted to, start fresh with you guys and let's build this thing up. All right. So my buying power now is only $4.80. I'm going to see what we can get for $4.80. All right. Um, but again, I want to show you guys that it doesn't take a lot to start becoming an owner of these major companies. So what I want to show you guys, there's this one company that I actually been looking at. This company is JD.com, and I'm pretty sure you haven't heard of it because it's in Beijing. Okay. We finna click into this, and as far as the link, oh, my bad. I'm unable to send you guys a link to this. They do have to where I can send you a link, but I have to have your first name, last name, and email. Now, you can hit me up on Facebook if you want. You can send me your first name, last name, and email in a DM, and I can send you the link to this. There won't be no spam or nothing like that. I hate spam myself, okay? But whatever it takes for me to get you going, to get you acclimated, you can hit me up in the Facebook, hit me in a DM, and I will send you the link to this. All right, if you want to do it that way, or you can simply just go to the App Store or Play Store. So one that I've been looking at is JD.com, and what we finna do is we finna click into this. And we're going to work our way down. So I'm going to jump straight down here. I'm going to look at what they do. Okay. And this is what I encourage everybody that's on these apps to do. Look at what these companies do. What are they known for? What product are they moving? You know, what do they do? Okay. JD.com. JD.com Inc. is a technology-driven e-commerce company. It engages in the sale of electronic products and general merchandise products, including audio, video products, and books. Now, to me, it sounds like a Beijing version of Amazon. It operates through the following segments: JD Retail. Now, it says they're e-commerce company, but they operate through segments such as JD Retail. Retail usually means brick and mortar. So maybe they got shops, maybe they got stores, or maybe they're inside of other stores. Like Amazon is in Kohl's for, like, you know, dropping off packages and stuff like that, or returns and stuff like that. All right. JD Logistics. I like that. Logistics is a very, very lucrative word. It's a very lucrative business. Now when we start talking about logistics, now we talking about moving freight, warehousing, you know, it could be storage, anything dealing with logistics. Logistics is a big money maker. All right. So now we got logistics and new businesses. Okay. The JD Retail segment offers online retail. Okay, so it is strictly just online. So it's not brick and mortar. Okay. The JD segment offers online retail, online marketplace, and marketing services. The JD Logistics segment includes internal and external logistics businesses. The new businesses segment is composed of JD Property. So now we're talking about real estate. JD Property, Jingxi, overseas businesses, and technology initiatives. The company was founded on June 18, 1998 by Qing Donglu and is headquartered in Beijing, China. Okay. That sounds good. Now I want you to look right above that. They have 450,000 employees. Almost 451,000 employees. Let's keep that in mind. This is a big company. Okay? Now, I looked at this last night. Their market cap actually went up. All right, so I'm not finna. I'm gonna snitch on myself. I did look at this last night. All right, so their dividend yield now, Again, this channel is geared and designed to get you comfortable and acclimated with investing. So I'm not going to be going way deep on talking about, the other financial stuff, how to read ticker marks and all that. There's plenty of people online that you can watch, Jaspreet Singh, Graham Stephan. There's a bunch of other channels that you can go to get way more in-depth financial information. This is not financial advice in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Please make sure that you understand that you need to only play with money that you are willing to lose. I am just a random guy on YouTube. You need to do your research. Don't just take my word for it. Do your own research. And like I told you about the articles, I even gave you the links to the articles. Go read it for yourself. Okay? Make sure you do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. All right? But what we are going to focus on is the dividend yield. Now, it doesn't let me know if that's monthly, quarterly, or annually. It doesn't tell me. But I do get a dividend yield out of this, okay? Or 1.72%. All right. Last night, their market cap was at 47 billion. And now it's at 48. Okay? They moved up a B. So their stock is $35.99 a share. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to pay attention to. Here's what I want you guys to pay attention to. Okay. They have a market cap of 48 billion. Let's go hit a buy. And again, I'm going to show you guys. It takes very minimal money. Now, I may have to add some. This platform may make me add some more money, or it may make me increase a little bit in order to purchase some shares out of this. But it's very minimal. It's very minimal. Okay. They may have a transaction fee as well. So watch this. $1. I want to buy $1 of JD.com Incorporated. Available cash. Order placed. Will notify you when the order is executed. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that, don't really know much about investing, don't know where to start, don't know where to get your feet wet at, stockpile.com, or Stockpile, the app, go to the app store, and I literally just now became an owner of this 4.8 billion cap. Now, granted, that dollar didn't get me much. I don't have a whole share. I only have a fraction of a share. But I still get the 1.72% dividend yield for $1. That ain't much, but it's $1. But I get the dividend yield, and now I become owner of this 48 billion market cap for $1. So there's this story. Let me tell you a story. So I was talking with somebody. This was back when the Extraordinary Podcast started on Clubhouse. And I was given a talk to some guys. We were talking about how, I was explaining how when you purchase a home, 10 to 20,000, depending on the mortgage that you're trying to go for, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, whatever. 10,000 to 20,000 buys you $100,000 to $200,000. You become owner of $200,000. 20 grand buys you that. You walk into the house and don't find a house. Well, but find you a house or find you a deal. Find you a deal where somebody just want to get rid of the house, and it already has an extraordinary amount of equity in the house. They just want it off their hands so you could take over the mortgage. That 10, 20,000, you get them, they wash their hands of it. They pass the mortgage on to you. You able to handle the mortgage. Let's say that house already got 10, 15 years mortgage on it. You just walked into a house with 10 to 15 years worth of equity in that home. Now, there's other things that you want to make sure along with that they don't have any equity lines of credit and all type of other stuff on the property before you take it. You want to make sure that you taking it free and clear. You know, of course, outside of the mortgage that you taking over, but there ain't nothing else on the property. But you know what I'm saying, that's another conversation. All right. So that's that. So I bought that for $1. So I bought into a 48 billion market cap for $1. Okay. Let's buy into some more stuff. So, all right. Let's look at Tesla. And I want to show you something. Okay, so Tesla is $188.87 a share. Check this out. Okay. I bought $25 worth of Tesla back when it was only $66 a share. Now, I want you to imagine if I would have, of course, bought more, if I would have bought more. So right now, I only own 0.13% of a share. This all-time change is 183%. So it more than doubled in profit from $66. I only made $16 off that. I didn't lose. I mean, you never want to lose money. But just to show you like how small amount that you can start getting involved with. Only put in $25. I made $16. All right, cool. But that $25 bought me, they're almost at a $600 billion market cap. So that $25 bought me into a $600 billion market cap. What you think about that? I own a fraction of Tesla. You got to think about it like that. When you purchasing, you're becoming an owner. All right. So let me see. What do we got? We got $3.80 left. Okay. Let's go ahead and buy another $1 of Tesla. And it tells you what the amount you're going to get from that $1. It tells you what your share percentage is from that $1. Okay, so that's stockpile, okay? So this is going to be one of the main ones that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to jump over here to RobinHood, okay? Let's jump over to RobinHood. Okay, I got a little bit more invested in this account. I got a little bit more invested in this account, okay? So I got a little bit over 1,600 in this account. I'm up, okay? I'm up. Overall, I'm up $15 in my account. Let's go. All right? Small wins. Get involved, small wins. All right? So look. I'm going to see if we can do the same thing. All right? Let me see. So I got $235 and a penny as my buying power. This is all dividends. All your dividends go right into your buy power unless you have it set up to auto reinvest. I believe Robinhood you can set up to auto reinvest. Stockpile you can set up to auto reinvest your dividends when it's paid out. So let's go on to Tops. Tops is up, huh? So how you do this is you click trade. This is also from the App Store. I also gave the link. I also posted the link in the description for Robinhood. So you can go on to Robinhood. You can click that link, download this, get started to start investing. All right. So small money. Again, this channel is for the beginners, or this particular show is for the beginners. All right. We're not going that deep. There's other individuals on this platform on YouTube that you can go to if you want to start getting deeper. This is to get you comfortable, to get you acclimated. Start playing with money. Start playing with money. All right. We're only going to play with money that we don't care to lose. Okay. What's $5? I don't know what $5 is to you. But we finna go in here and we finna try to start building, you know what I'm saying, some decent portfolios. And, you know, maybe later on down the line when the show starts to grow and get bigger, maybe we'll start making bigger transactions or whatever. But the key is to have you get these apps and start investing along with me. Let's start putting money in together. All right. We're doing this live together. Let's go to buy. All right. So we can do this. No, you're going to do it one way. So we tell this how many shares we actually want to buy. It's 72 cents a share. Let's say we want to buy 5 shares. That's $3.65. 5 shares is $3.65. Let's go to review. And then it's going to tell you what's finna happen, your order summary, and then we just swipe up to submit it. $3. So I already own 10 shares of this. Already own 10 shares of this. My return today is $1. This right here, this total return, negative $262. I don't know. I got to look into that because I ain't put in that much money. I only put in like $7. So I don't know where this negative 262 come from. You know, so. But guys, that's it. It's just a couple dollars. That's all it takes. It's a couple dollars, and you become owner of stuff. All right. So this platform also, you know, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's look up Disney. All right. Let's go Disney. Disney is $91 a share. Let's go to trade. Buy. See, this is going to force me to purchase a whole share. Let me see if I could switch that. Buy in dollars. Okay, let me show you how I got there. I just hit right here in the top right here where it says shares. Buy in dollars. Wait, let me show you something. Starting, it tells you buy Disney in dollar amounts starting at $1. It tells you right on the platform that you can invest for just $1. $1. $1 buys me 0.01% of shares. Swipe up. It's thinking. My order, it's queued to be purchased. And I just became an owner of Disney for $1. So we're definitely going to do a lot more of this. Like I said, Robinhood and Stockpile are probably going to be my main go-to apps that I'm going to be utilizing for this show. I mean, every single Monday we're going to be rocking and rolling like this. I'm going to be talking about a couple articles. Maybe just one, because reading the 2 articles, it actually made the show run a little bit longer. So I might just knock it down to just only reading 1 article, and then I'll post a link to that article in the description. Feel free if you want to be a sponsor of the show. The information to become a sponsor of the show is also in the description as well. So feel free to do that if you like. No pressure. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click the bell. We finna go ahead and wrap this up and get up out of here. But I just want to show you guys like just how like low you can put in. You know what I'm saying? Just to get going, just to get started. And you can just, every time you get paid, just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And it compounds. Just let it compound. Get your dividends. When your dividends come, and it feel good when you get that email, hey, you got some money, put it right back in. You know what I'm saying? And start using your interest to start compounding and bring in more. So we finna stop it right there. Definitely would love to keep going, but we almost an hour in. Again, I'm probably gonna cut down to only just doing 1 article. That just ran way too long. But make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click the bell. Also hit us up on the Facebook, the Extraordinary Men Podcast Facebook group. You can talk to me there as well. I also got my own private whatever Facebook. You can hit me there too. Hit me in the DM if you do want the link to Stockpile. If you don't want to go to the App Store, if you want me to send it to you, that's perfectly fine. I have no issues with that. Just hit me up, send me your first name, last name, and email, and I'll send it to you. I think it's weird that Stockpile don't let you send out a link, send you an invite link. I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow, every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, we go live with the Extraordinary Men Podcast. So make sure you tap in. That's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday and Friday. And then Saturday is the morning show. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you tap in with us. And I will holler at y'all tomorrow for the Extraordinary Men Show. But I'll see y'all next week, Monday, for the Money Mondays with Midas. I will holler at y'all. Peace.